Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at problem number 1095, hard problem on LeetCode, find in mountain array. So the problem gives us as an input a mountain array, meaning an array where initially the elements are sorted in non-decreasing order, and then suddenly they become sorted in decreasing order. So they give us this mountain array and a target, and we need to return the first index where this target is found in the array. And if there is no such index, then we need to return -1. So this is considered a hard problem, but it's actually really manageable. It's not hard. I think it's simple. It's just 3 binary searches, and we're going to be able to use the universal binary search template that I've shown you already in all of those 3 cases. So the first thing that we need to do is to find the peak index in our mountain array, and we're going to use a function to do that. And here's the implementation of the function. So if you remember in the template, the first thing that we need is the left and the right initial values. So those are just the 0 and the last index of our array. Then we paste in the rest of the template, and remember that this is going to return the first index where the condition that we're going to put here holds. So the condition is that the current element needs to be greater than the next element. So if we take a look at this test case here, for example, where is the index where the minimum index where this condition holds true? It's exactly the peak index. 5 is greater than 3. So this is the peak index, and we can find it with this binary search. Okay, so now that we have the peak index, we can just perform a binary search in the first half, like in the array up until the peak index, and then perform a second binary search in the array from the peak index to the last element of the array. So those are just going to be 2 binary searches. And to do this, we're still going to use our universal binary search template. So the initial values for left and right for the first binary search are going to be 0, the first element, and the peak index. Then we're going to paste in the rest of the template, and the condition here is just going to be we're going to find the first index that is greater or equal than target. For example, if our target here is 3, we would find the first element that is greater or equal than 3. In this case, it's 3. Okay, so now instead of just returning our left as we would do in our template usually, we're going to have to check if the element at left index is actually our target, because if it isn't, then we need to proceed with the remaining part of the array. So we just check if the mountain array at this index has exactly the target, then we can return the index. Otherwise, we need to do the exact same thing, but with slightly different logic on the remaining part of the array. So if it wasn't equal to the target, we start a new binary search with left pointer pointing to peak index initially, so from here, for example, and the right index is just the last element of the array. Then we paste in the rest of the template, and now we are only missing the condition here, and it's going to be very similar to the first condition. We're going to try and find the first index where this condition holds true. The first index where the element at that index is less or equal than our target. For example, here it would be which one is the first index from the peak index onwards where the element is less or equal than our target is this one. So we would find this index. And now we do the same thing. If the element at that index is equal to our target, then we return that index. If it's not, then we know that there is no such element in our array, so we can just return -1. And I'm going to submit this to show you that it gets accepted. Perfect. So that's it, and bye.